I'm Annie Fitzsimmons. I'm your Washington Realtors Legal Hotline lawyer. And this is the first episode in a series entitled The Teams Playbook. And in this series, I'm so grateful to be joined by Charlie Floberg and Jen Hawkins. Would you ladies introduce yourselves? Charlie.
I'm Charlie Floberg with Hawkins Poe. I am branch manager, office manager, and managing broker. I guess I wear a lot of hats.
You do indeed. Jen?
Hi there, I'm Jen Hawkins, also with Hawkins Poe, and I am a team lead for my team of 15 years and also a branch manager.
In this episode, we want to just introduce the concept of teams. So from the lawyer's perspective, I've just got to tell you, there is no statutory definition of teams. Real estate brokers are regulated under a variety of statutes, but we think most often of the license law and the agency law, and you're not going to find a definition of teams in either of those statutes. So a team really is whatever the team wants to make itself or wants to call itself. Mm-hmm. We have teams that could be just two people, maybe a married couple on one end of the spectrum, up to, however many people assemble as a team. So, Jen, you have a team.
I do.
Tell us why.
Well, when I first started, I've been doing this for 25 years. And when I first started, I didn't really realize where it was going to go. And I learned quickly as the more success that I gained, the less time I was hanging out with my family and friends and husband. And I quickly learned also where I had some deficiencies myself. And so it just seemed apparent to me to add someone to my team. And I started off by adding an additional realtor. And because for those exact reasons, I wanted to be home on weekends and go to kids' soccer games and maybe sometimes out to dinner with my husband. And that is primarily when clients need you the most. And then as the team has grown, we have since added another realtor, transaction coordinator, and now we have an administrative assistant who's actually the boss and takes care of everything.
Okay. And how does the team work for you? Is it a good concept for you?
It's a great concept for us. What we have found the most success in is communication amongst the team. So Charlie will talk about this more, but having a contract and revisiting that contract so that everybody knows what their obligations are and what their expectations are. And then, like I said, revisiting that contract every 6 months to make sure that we are following that and that it is working out for all parties.
Has it been a success for you from the very beginning?
No.
Well, tell us about that then.
Okay. I started off, as I said, I wanted to fulfill deficiencies and or time slots. And starting off, the very first go was another mom. And so that didn't work out great because she also wanted to be with her kids and at home for dinner. And not to say that two moms can't be a team. I'm certain there's lots of them, but it didn't work for me. That was what I was trying to fulfill. And so I think that's extremely important if you are wanting to build a team, is to really sit down and ask yourself what it is that I'm trying to accomplish.
Right.
Yeah.
What are your particular
Yep.
gaps that need filling by that other person?
Because it could just be an administrative assistant. It might just be that's what you need. It might be a buyer's broker. There's so many different facets to it. But what I needed was an additional realtor at that time so that I could spend time with my fam.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, Charlie,
Yeah.
In your firm, you have at least one team.
Yes.
Do you have more than one team?
We do, yes. We have several teams that go. We have the spouse teams. We have a few of those. And then we have the larger team is the QDC team. Yeah.
And do you have do you have the spouse teams? Anybody else besides?
Well, we do have other brokers that essentially co-broker together and they co-list properties together. Where you just have two independent brokers who decide to take on a listing together or even a buyer together and essentially operate as a team in that way. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Any downsides from the management perspective of having teams?
There are a lot of downsides to it. We see a lot of teams form and then dissolve. And I think to Jen's point, it's really important if you're going to step into a team and you decide that you want to make that happen, I think it's important to sit down with your designated broker first, ask them their opinions, get their advice on how to structure that and start off on the right foot. As Jen mentioned, a contract is a great idea. It's not a requirement by any means, but I think it definitely helps if you want to sit down with your designated broker, the team members, identify who's going to be doing what compensation is going to look like. I think it just helps pave that path and make things a little easier from the start.
Because no matter what team structure you have, those brokers are still licensed to your firm, right?
Absolutely, yes. Yes.
Okay, and ultimate responsibility for those brokers?
Lies with the firm.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that
Yes.
very general introduction
Yes.
to the concept of teams. I'm excited for this series because we're
Mhm.
going to look more at the specific issues that deal with managing and working within a team. If you have questions on this topic or any other, please ask me a question by visiting warealtor.org and following the links to the Legal Hotline. Thank you for being a Washington Realtors member.